All right, so if you're watching here from YouTube, I'm playing a league with The Rock. Here's the list. Oh, hold on a sec. That's the wrong deck. Oops. Good thing I need to look at the deck. Right. This one. Why is it not changing? Oh, that's a different deck. One green black, The Rock, not. Oh. All right, now I'll get the right deck. All right, so try this again. Oh, now it's the right deck. Is that a green ancestor recall, really? We don't have any draw cards in green in Premodern, do we? Harmonize doesn't exist, right? I think the best we have is this. There's a 6-drop that I guess Elder, sure. There's a card that I actually bought a couple in paper. I think it's like a 4-drop. No, maybe it's a 6-drop. That you draw cards equal to the number of creatures you control. It was on my desk the other day. I was sorting my cards. I was going through them. I was thinking about putting a couple of copies in Elves. Let me see if I can find it while my opponent is deciding to. We're gonna keep. I remember it was a card from Masks. Probably I'm pretty sure it was a sorcery. Can't find it quick. Oh, this thing here. Collective Unconscious. Like which creature you control. Yeah. I think that's about the only one you can draw a lot of cards with green. Premodern. Alright, so we're gonna be on the play. So I think in this case I'm just gonna go Treetop Village because I don't know what they're playing, so Cabal Therapy on the blind is not great. I've been seeing a lot. Oh, we're playing the mirror. Huh. I guess you want to play Wall of then. Maybe it's not the mirror. Maybe it's like. Oof. The druids. Eh. Alright, we have a thing here. So what do I name here? Terravore or just go for one of the land destruction things that they have. First Plowshare is annoying too, but I can always just Thermal Cars or Cataclysm. I was gonna say Winter's Grass first because that's the first one that comes to mind, but I think I'm gonna go with Thermal Cards then. I do have an option to flashback, so I think it's. Oh, all right. I'm gonna listen to you next time. All right, let's get Cataclysm out of here. So, mine is not. Oh. Like a 2-for-1. So they had 2 Swords of Plowshares and a Call of the Herd. A tiny Terravore. If the Swords of Plowshares is my Wall of Roots, then I don't have anything to do now. I guess. Let me see. If I cast, is it? I mean, the Rock was like one of. It was like one of the first decks I built in paper for Premodern. But I envisioned building deck differently. It was not like a real The Rock deck. I wonder if I just, because I could play Yavimaya Elder off of these 2, and then on their turn activate Wall of Roots again to sack Yavimaya Elder. So I think I'm gonna do that. Play this guy. No, pass. If you want to sort it, I think it's fine. Alright, so they're gonna put the trigger on the stack. I'm gonna be a parody again. I guess we get 2 swamp card. Random port. Alright. Kind of happy now that I got the 2 lands. Oh. Yeah, they probably don't want to do this. Well, unless they want to tap my Treetop Village, right? But okay. He's gonna cast a Deed. Pernicious Deed used to be so popular on, like, in the CPL leagues, because I remember I used to play Mud, and every time I got paired against the Rock, was like I was kind of able to control the board, and then eventually they'll just did my board, and it was always miserable. All right, so now that's a bigger pair of board. I have Naturalize. All right. Fair enough, opponent. Fair enough. So if I kill their Terravore, still have a Source of Plowshares called the Herd on the. I mean, in their deck. Okay. Duress. All right. I think now we're doing something. I need to. I get. What are they gonna get? Again, they do have a finite number of Terravores, right? They can't just 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can cast Pernicious Deed and feed the board. Oh, that's awkward. You can't activate Oath after you. I mean, you can, but probably not very good. They did. All right. So Sylvan Library just gets milled. Interesting. I think I knew about this type of interaction when land tax was legal in the format, because you couldn't Enlightening Tutor and then land tax, because then you think it would go away. Discard right from their hand, yes. That's basically what they did there. So they're gonna tap one of my lands. No, I don't think they noticed. That's I mean, that's something that happens. Like, maybe the person's new to the format. I'm not judging. It's just, I think it's kind of funny how it worked out. All right, so all right, and I mean, I guess I don't have to do this now. 1 second. It's actually not very. A good source to Plowshares. Yeah, because no way, I think I want them to activate Oath again. Yeah. If they don't, that is okay. I mean, hold on a second. Honestly, if I Duress them, let's say they plow my Wall of Roots, I can double block here. I go to 12. No, but then they can activate Oath again and then kill me. Yeah. I'm sure if they activate Oath one more time, then they're going to have enough lands in the graveyard. Well, they did it anyways. So now they only have 2 cards left in their deck. And I don't think they're going to be able to stifle my Pernicious. You know what? I'm going to do for whatever reason. Right, so they have Call of the Herd and Curse of Block in hand. Cast them first. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go to game 2. All right, so we're playing against what I don't like here. The Wall of Blossoms actually matters because of the elephants, right? Pernicious Deed is very good too. What do I want to bring against them? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I kind of want Tormod's Crypt. And And I feel like I just wanted to, I only want Tormod's Crypt. But Genesis doesn't seem great because they're not. If they kill my creatures, they're gonna go. They're gonna get exiled, right? They're not gonna go back to. They're not gonna go to the graveyard, so it doesn't seem great. Do I even want Naturalize them? I mean, I guess they have Mox Diamonds and Oath of Druids, but I feel like Oath of Druids is beatable with this deck. It's not a big deal. Ravenous Baloth, Genie 4 life. Painter's Edict is like. Oh, that's right, Sylvan Library. You know what? You had me a Sylvan Library. I'm got a minute to decide here. Maybe the Recurrent Nightmare, Deranged Hermit plan is not great. You try to kill them with Baloths and others, and I think Chainer's Edict being a sorcery is not amazing for what I'm trying to do. Alright, let's try to run back like this. I think this hand is reasonable. I have Naturalized for Oath or any other shenanigans like that. Maybe just Cabal Therapy named Cataclysm again. The amount of times I win against those Terravore decks because they just run out of cards in their deck is it's not rare. I said I'm only going to 6. Alright. A draw swamp here would be pretty sweet. Like a swamp. I really hate to use Studio Brass on Magic Online because it creates a trigger ability. I'm just gonna name Cataclysm again. We have Revelation, Natural, and this. We have Revelation. Yeah, their hand also the Mox Diamond and only 2 lands is iffy. Their hand is shite. It's not. It doesn't line up very well against my deck, to be honest. I mean, I've only got what 4 targets in my whole deck for Real Revelations. So their hand is that Mishra's Factory, silly things. Oh, I had an alarm here. Pick up my son at the bus stop. I would do that if it wasn't for the fact that there's like a bunch of snow outside and the schools are closed today. Got on port. Ball of Blossom, just gonna stonewall them. I think the plan here is to. I don't have to play into Cataclysm, right? Because I can only operate with 3 lands in play plus Wall of Roots. I mean, I guess they're gonna Reshut Import me, but yeah, so that happens. Not a Wall of Blossoms. I'm just gonna play the Wall of Roots now, and I think next turn I'm just down to cast Ravenous Baloth and try to ride that to victory. And I can't attack with any other. Mistaken. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Am I missing something? There's a Richard import. Alright, I think that's the plan here. Let's just back with this Baloth. And I think the plan to destroy Mox Diamond looking a little better. Their board, it's like super mana hungry, right? They're gonna need 2 mana to activate Treetop Village. They only have 2 green that they can use, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because I think the best I can do, like the Naturalize, it's possible that was a mistake. I'm not gonna lie. Tormod script. This doesn't. Shark Tank VR. Oh, I saw your message on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. I replied to you. I don't really use Twitter anymore, so you message me there. It's possible that takes like a while for me to see it. It's much easier to contact me on Discord or probably even Twitch. Yeah, I saw your message, but again, I even deleted the app from my phone. Only way I check Twitter is for like Premodern results and stuff like that. So I haven't had to deal with that yet, but I can see how it's annoying. Right, so if they port me, what do I do? So the thing is, if they port it and it can't double block, apparently they don't want to do that. So do this. I'm gonna take Naturalize. Naturalize. Oh, I just click on the. Alright, so they have Mox Diamond plus Naturalize. Yeah, they don't have white mana for this, so it's safe for me to play. And this is just basically insurance. I mean, it's just one. Okay. I do have a land in the graveyard. I just wondering if they cast a Terravor. Have I mean, of course, I can Tormod script them and make Terravor really small, but I'll swing for 4. And put a Treetop Village in front of it. I'm like, they're interested in doing that. I think. I went to an old friend of mine. Him 10 years and he was with me. Did the prices go up that much? I don't really pay attention too much to the price of cards because like whenever I buy cards, like I don't really plan on reselling them later. What is Premodern? It's a format that you can I think it starts in 4th edition, I think. And it goes all the way to Purge block. Opa, Daniel, tá bom? Tudo certo, bem gelado lá fora. Do I even want to do this? So I think I want to keep the Rare Revelation in their hands. I'm gonna take the Ultra Druids, I guess. Okay, like we won the match. Oh man, somebody should have told me I had this thing here the whole time. It's gonna be terrible for the YouTube, but I gotta change the deck name. Tiny Leaders. Tiny Leaders was an interesting format. I don't know if it was good. I built a Tiny Leaders deck when I think like when Kunz Tarkir was like the format. No, maybe it was before that. Maybe it was in Taros. Yeah, it was in Taros because I think the one my Tiny Leader was I think it was a black white god. And I don't know if I don't know if it was good, but it was a format. All right, anybody that's watching on YouTube, the creative control name there is wrong, but it's kind of like a rockish deck too, right? So it's not terrible wrong. Old border. I mean, but those old foils, like they've always been expensive. Every once in a while, like when I'm playing Legacy, I was like, oh, maybe we should foil out like some of the decks that I played more. Like, you know, Doomsday. I thought about like foil by a whole Doomsday deck foil, and every time like he gets to the old cards, like they're super expensive. Like Saba's Web. All right, are we? I was like Tinker Fling. All right, so let's do this. Oh, the card foil. Okay, yeah. Hold on a second. Well, like just regular? That is crazy. The sad thing is that when I was sorting my cards, I found out that I had two I had 5 Parallax Tides, and I'm just gonna sell one of them. Like I don't need 5, and then they got banned. So it's like did not had a chance to do that. Man, that's crazy. I think I have more than 5 because one of the stores in Richmond used to just have binders with old sets, and I mean the whole inventory was like in binders. Before they moved to the like online type of people they do nowadays, right? So now they have tablets that you have to, or laptops that you have to type the name of the cards, and that's how you search their inventory. Before they did that, you just asked them for the binders, and they had everything sorted by sets. And it was one of my favorite things to do. Just like after we played an event or whatever, I'll just go up to their counter and be like, "Hey, give me all the sets from like Saga," and then I'll just buy a bunch of stuff because it was they were cheap and for cards that I was gonna play with in Premodern, and then so some of them I end up like with no extra copies because I don't know, again they were cheap and cards that like every time I look at them made me happy. So Top villages are very awkward with this Cobblers Web. I think that's how I end up with like extra tides and extra parallax waves. Maybe like go through my collection again and ooh, that's a very painful base there. Oh, that's a devout. Lentex was one of those cards that I did not own. I think I might just be dead here. Let's see. The card that gives me the best chance of winning. All right. Do this. No, this a gonna work, right? Gaining 4 life is not gonna save my butt. Not drawing any discard spells has really screwed me in this game. All right, let me do this again. All right, so I'm gonna pay like this. Play this guy. If they have fling in their hand, then the game is over. Now the exile pile is gonna be. No, that's a graveyard. Here's the exile pile. And they could show me the feeling if they want. It's also not one that takes a long time to do it, so. And we can get information. Good. Incarnate chromatic. They're just trying to give me extra information, try to get me to concede. Okay. They're trying to get me give me the extra information. All right, so we need this thing here. And good number of artifacts there. Nothing to do this thing. Smother can pick rock. Janice is also not great here. Well, I have a DB account, so that's different. So the one you have there is probably my my personal account. My camera. I think it's reasonable to run Naturalize main. This is a list that I kind of copied from someone. I had several the rock lists on my personal account. And then when I got into the DB program, I didn't switch over all my stuff. So some of the deck lists kind of, I won't say got lost, but they're on my personal account. So that's kind of like the story. This seems really slow. I think I need to mulligan this. Oh shit. If I had a black source, maybe I'll keep it. Yeah, on my personal account, I had several lists that I worked on, and decks that I played like before Premodern became Premodern on Magic Online. But when I got accepted into the content creator program, then I created this account and I try to copy some of those lists, but it just you have to export the file, and then it's just like it's kind of like a pain in the ass to do it, to be honest. So I just didn't do it. Okay, we had Tinker, Shivan, Wonder Salves Web, Crystal Veil. We're gonna name, what is it called on Magic Online? Construct. I know this is being errated, right? We're gonna name it for action or construct. So they have to have a way to bounce this, otherwise they can't combo. Take that from someone that has played a ton of Tinker Fling. Chromatic Sphere. New card. Web. I mean, there's no harm in doing this, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. The historical 3-for-1. If I take Fling from them, no, I think I'm gonna. I mean, I'm usually happy with a 2-for-1, but that's the problem is that I'm not putting pressure. And if you know anything about combo decks, that if you give them time, they will find a way to win. So, as much as I'm happy that I was able to take 3 Devours from their hand, I do need to find a way to win. What I could do here. Traders. I think if I draw like any walls that I don't care, then I don't know. Have Fling in hand. Because the altar, I can just answer with Naturalize, right? Because the way they have to do it. It's very complicated, right? They have to get rid of Engineer Plague first. Oh man, I thought I typed Naturalize because I was talking about Naturalize. That happens so many times on Magic Online. But yeah, they have to get rid of this first, and then cast the altar. So I think it's pretty. I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna lose to Altar Dementia. Fling would be way harder for me to deal with because I can't respond to that one with Naturalize. Either Traders. Is that the same one? Or was that a different one? I think it's a different one, but whatever. That's the Treetop Village. So now I have a reason to lose my Wall of Roots. Now I need to start attacking. They're at 20 life and haven't dealt any damage to them. So they're probably gonna draw a card before it happens. Yeah. Floating blue because really matter with this board state, but can possibly cast a impulse. Do you have a removal spell for this? Oh, Hoodwink. Replay it. So they do have Hoodwink in there. Hmm. Okay. The last devour. Okay, all right. That was an interesting way to have this match play out. I'm just gonna submit this. You just gotta. Next round starts. All right, so they have Rushing River and Hoodwink. Yeah, it's kind of similar to, I guess, the list that I played. I'm gonna keep this one. It's not amazing, but here I'm gonna start with Tinker. Then I guess it depends if I see. So Rushing River is a. Here. Oh, they're gonna. Mindstone. Oh, second. Hmm. They have 4 blows, right? Altar mana. Game. Construct. Somebody's gonna impulse. Alright. I mean, if I draw any creature, and I just get to Cabal Therapy them twice. Really need to start playing some no rods, I guess. So the list I was gonna I was thinking about playing today was the Enchantress list that Chris Baller like won the 1K on Friday at SCG Portland. And he had a copy of No Rod in the sideboard. He's got Enlightened Tutor in the main deck, so seems like a good call. Alright, so Phyrexian. Alright. Alright, so alright, let's lose the creature again. I'm gonna name Rushing River. Yeah, maybe I should have waited to play land because I was thinking if I drew a Duress off of Ball of Blossoms, I'd like to cast it. But now that I see that you, oh, Tinker. They do have a lot of chance of redraw. Not what they don't have in this deck is anything like a Echoing Truth. So any if I play a second Engineer Plague deck, can probably seal up the game. Pernicious Deed would also be very good here. I think now it's really hard. Again, I'm not saying this as like, oh, this is impossible. It's just because I played a lot of that deck too, and cards like First Totem and Engineer Plague are just like a pain in the ass for you to beat because you have to have a bounce spell to deal with it, and usually you only have like 4 in the deck, so we already discard 2 of them. Oh, Russian River is the one that you can actually do twice, right? Okay. So I guess Russian River is kind of like an Echoing Truth for them. And then also like your mana base is like super painful too, so it's like, you know, just a lot of things that can have to go right now for. And a lot of things have to go wrong for me too. And again, we're also back in the spot that Fling can win the game, but not alter dimension. Because like whatever they do that's gonna put Phyrexian and Devour in play, I can just kill alter dimension in response. Well, that's a little bit awkward because I have to kill that. Hmm. Should probably had no, it's the same thing. I don't have anything else to cast. I was thinking maybe I should have just used the Wall of Roots to activate Treetop Village. But... Alright, so um ooh. Devours again. See, they had Hoodwinking Hand, but I have 2 copies of the same thing that like the redundancy. And after I attack with Treetop Village, then they can't tap Ancient Tomb. Well, I guess they could bounce it. I did this right. Land. They know I'm not. My hand. Replay in the second main phase. Alright, cool. So 2-0 with the rock. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can. I mean, it helps that I played the deck a ton, so. Doomsday in Premodern? Premodern is not. You know what? I'm just gonna mess. Y'all's attention. Alright. It's not terrible, but I can tell that came a little stretch. I think when I resized the video, like I didn't hold. I think it's shift that you can. It scales correctly. So, anyways, I just look a little taller and a little slimmer. I guess that's good. Yeah, no, I think it's a meme deck. There's the Italian player. I think his name is. I forgot his name. I think it's Lucas Fasoli. I think that's his name. He goes by Fuzz on Magic Online. Very good Legacy Doomsday player. I think he posted a 5-0 with Doomsday in Premodern. Let me see if it. Let me see real quick. My ADD, whatever, brain sometimes wants to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, Lucas Fasoli. That's his name. I think. Funny. I thought he did well, like at an online event too. But we can take a look at this in a second. I'll probably start whatever he's doing. If you really want to play Doomsday in Premodern. I guess I'll keep this one. Recurrent Nightmare. Don't have any creatures. Event Twin or Even Twin? Oh, Black Vice. We're playing against Stasis. Really don't like playing against Stasis on Magic Online. Let's go with Stasis, I guess. I don't know. Yay, surprisingly. Oh no, they didn't want a Daze? Interesting. I guess set them back behind. Set them back behind. Set them back a turn makes sense, I guess. No, I mean, I think you can play it. I mean, depends how competitive I guess you want to be, right? Like if you're okay, like with maybe feeling like you're kind of like going against the grain, but like I wouldn't say it's like terrible, but it's gonna daze it. Like I think Premodern has. I have to think, but like you have a number of tier 1 decks, right? Like so Dreadnought, Enchantress, the like the Terravore decks with like Quiet Spec. All those decks are like tier 1, right? And then you have a million 20 tier 2 decks. And I think that any of those decks can win. So that's what I'm saying. Like Iggy Pop is a good one too. I think that the problem is that I don't think Premodern was still. We're getting to the point that now more players are testing decks and stuff like that. So as of now, I think that there are a lot of decks that are like secretly good, but the fact that we don't have as many events as some of the other formats, like if you're playing Modern, there's like the decks are super hyper tuned. Like in Legacy, everything is like. Every 75, like no card, like all the cards are like no. And I'm losing my train of thought here, but like, I think the Premodern decks are still not tuned to the best that they can be, and I think, like I said, I think there's like a number of very good tier 1 decks, and then there's a lot of good tier 2 decks, and I think Doomsday might fall into the category, but we don't know because. Again, there's only how many people play Doomsday in Premodern, like say like worldwide. It might be like a handful of players. So we don't know. Maybe if more players came from Legacy to try to play Doomsday in Premodern, then maybe would have a better Doomsday listing in Premodern. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So like in Legacy, for instance, we have a lot of very good players that run Doomsday in Legacy. So every card in the deck has been tested, and you know, we know the deck's good. So no, that is partially true, but it's, I think my point still stands. Like, it's like Sly. There's, so Sly was already a good deck in standard and extended, and I'm willing to bet that we have 10 times the number of players that play Doomsday play Sly, right? So that deck is like, every card in the deck has been tested. People know what's good, what's bad. I don't want to do this. Oh, you have to click on. God damn it. Like even Reanimator. Reanimator took a long time for people to start playing Reanimator in Premodern, right? And the deck was good. So there's that. That's, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a lot of good decks, but we don't have enough people working on them. And some of them, maybe it's not worth the time. That's another thing too. There were a couple of decks that I started working on them in Premodern, and then after a few matches, I'm like, yeah, I'm just wasting my time here. So exactly, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's hard to, like the mono green Stompy. I know that's a good example. So mono green Stompy and Reanimator. If you guys listen to Spike Colony, right? They started talking about the mono green deck, and then we saw more people trying to play that deck. That wouldn't have happened if more people started talking about the deck. And I'm not saying mono green is amazing or anything like that, but it's a playable deck that people just like took as a meme, or and I'm talking about like the 10 land Stompy, right? And then we saw people adding like, Treetop Village to the deck, and then I think Bounty of the Hunt was another one that's already there. But the point is, the deck was playable, just nobody played until other people started talking about it. Opa, beleza? Psicólogo Cássio Barbosa. Peraí, você vinha aqui antes, né? Quando eu jogava Legacy, né? Even like the Ponza deck that I recorded the video the other day, like, I think Ponza is like very good. But no, I almost see nobody playing Ponza ever. There's a Cabal Therapy in my hand. Should I just Cabal Therapy them again? If they have Stasis, no, it doesn't matter because I have Deed. Balancing Things, it's a scary deck to play against. I think it was one of the leagues I was recording. Real. I guess I can just kill their board. I'm gonna be so miserable now. Damn it, I thought about casting Cabal Therapy and I didn't. Ay. Because if they have Stasis in hand, then... Alright, I guess I need to do this now. Fudge. I should have gone with my gut feeling. And because I was gonna just therapy the sack the Deranged Hermit and just keep the squirrel tokens and just try to ride the 4 tokens to victory, but okay, so now I'll probably just lose the game, right? What? I don't have Stasis? feel cheated. Guess I'll get a Wall of Blossoms back then. No. Ponza has big STP issues. I guess. I think it's. I mean, I think it's beatable. Oh no. Where did that? I need to stop like looking at the chat so much. All right, let me just arrest them. Okay, Black Vice. All right. For some reason, I was looking at the casting cost of the card instead of the ability. Hey. All right, let's just guess. They have 4 turns of paying for stasis. Should have been paying attention to what I'm doing. So they only have 1 Black Vice left in the deck, right? Am I correct? All right, I need to do this real quick. So if I start ignoring chat for a second, it's because I don't want to time out. They don't cast the spell. Oh, it's a gush too. Well, let's see. I'm gonna write this out because again, they don't have a clock and they only have 1 more Black Vice in deck. So I'm not dead until that happens. I still have a ton of lands in my deck. I have Duresses. I have Pernicious Deed. Don't have a main deck Naturalize, so that could be an issue. But let's say if they don't find the Black Vice until matters, then I just win this game. I think game 2 a lot better, but cross that bridge when we get there. Meanwhile, we can talk about other things. You know what? I'm going to do this. I don't think I have any responses to that. And I'm gonna do F6 is my best friend now. You know what? Hold on a second. Just put always no. Next. Because our clock's gonna be very tight by the game 3. I expect. So the turn that I tapped out for Genesis when I didn't have to, it wouldn't have mattered that much. I'm gonna save target. And I just do always no. Nope, can't do that. Also, they don't know that I don't have Naturalize in my main deck, so another thing. False. And I do have more cards in the deck than they have. 15 life. Probably all these cards are stuck in my hand, right? Because I can't cast Elder. Smother doesn't have any targets. Cabal Therapy is pretty good. Cabal Therapy might actually just be a card that I'm gonna target myself. If it comes to that point. Because I have doubles of everything here, so... oh, they could make me draw cards. So like now, if the game gets to the point that I have to lose cards from my hand. Wamp. Yeah, just keep doing this. I don't think I have a reason to react. I found a black. All right, so I'm gonna take what, 2 points of damage. No. I can also try to do this. I think I'll pass. I think if I find a Pernicious Deed, then get rid of this, the less black vice. Points of damage every turn though. Pass is not good enough. I think I have to pass. This game would have been a lot easier if I didn't tap out those 2 extra lands. But I did it, so now I have to figure out what to do. Anyone blue. Their hand is... I think they replayed all the 3 islands, right? So no, just need to draw another swamp or land. That's actually super relevant. Okay. So next turn I'm gonna take 3 damage. I go to 5. Pass again. Island. Replay island. No? Okay. Take 3 here. All right, now I need to... I'm gonna do... Ba, 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 ba. Maybe there's a possibility that they only have the same cards there. Days. Pay for it. Probably they put a card back in their hand, right? So it's like... nice. Oil. I kick rocks. Taking 2 next turn. I can. Could play a Wall of Blossoms. Cabal Therapy, damn. Cabal Therapy, damn, and name Propaganda. If I name Propaganda, they have to discard this. Then we're back to them just discard one card a turn. That doesn't really help me, right? So I think we just have to pass. So they got Propaganda. Tap. Play Island. Alright, so I'm gonna take 2. So I need to draw Pernicious Deed this turn. That's not a Pernicious Deed. I think I have a plan here. Another land. Alright, Cabal Therapy me. Smother. And no pass. I have one more turn, I guess, to do that kind of shenanigans. Alright, so I don't take any damage this turn. I'm not gonna do anything here. If I draw Deed, I have to make a decision. Do I name it Thwart or Oil? Land. Not bad, actually. I still have 3 points of life to play with, so I'm quote unquote okay. I need to add a Queen Ranger, I guess, on my list. Or a Naturalize. Alright, Pernicious Deed. Duress would be okay, maybe. Another 4. Lucky. Or I need a creature that has vigilance in green or black. I don't know if there's any vigilance creatures in black in Premodern. I'm sure there's one in green, but okay. So they didn't want to like. Oh, they did exile something. I thought it was somebody from my house. No. Yes, we did. Sources of mana that don't need to be tapped. If somehow I win this game, I'll be pretty happy. Because in game 2 and 3, I'm sorry, if I win this game, then game 2, I have a ton of like no sideboard cards for this matchup, but game 1's a little rough. No. Current Nightmare. That is not card I want to see. I guess I'll think. Hmm. Hmm. No, think well. And this Baloth can gain me life. Buys me 2 turns too. How many therapies are only 2? Nope. Land. Land is good. My Kingdom for Pernicious Deed. I think those are all the swamps in my deck actually. Hold on a second. Oh, I have 7. Never mind. I still have 2 more that I can draw. And there you go. That wall will die next turn. Next time I use it though, so gotta keep that in mind too. Okay. Chain of Vapors was the last card in their hand. Jesus. Hmm. Because I only need 1 black mana to cast Pernicious Deed, and then I can activate on their turn with the Wall of Blast. Definitely not looking good now. That's funny. They drew 2 extra cards and a bunch of islands in hands. If I draw another Cabal Therapy, just take the Baloths out of my hands. Oh, let's try to cast one of them. Because I'm just gonna not be able to cast anything after that. Program. But this does 2 things, right? 1, takes a card from my hand, and 2, gains 4 life. Oh, it didn't, but that was the idea. It was 1 turn too late, right? I mean, I had to cast the Ravenous Baloth that turn, so it's not like a... Alright, so they got it. That's the turn again. Alright, so what we got here? We got Tranquil Domain. Naturalizes. What we don't need? Smother. Nightmare. Oh, Genesis doesn't do anything. Recurrent Nightmare does something, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna bring the Bottle Gnomes too. Hey Chris, thanks for the raid. Playing some Premodern right now. Very long game 1 versus Stasis, as you expect. Hopefully I don't lose to a unexpected Morphling. Well, if you set your alert, then you would know. What I got to say. Black Vice. Seems like we're doing a replay at last game. Just pass, I guess, and I actually think I'm gonna kill this thing now because this makes sense, I think, in my head. And it's, if it gets countered, it's not a big deal because really I just want to get cards out of my hand and reduce their clock. Okay, so that one's stuck. It looked like they want to do something, but they didn't, so I don't know. Alright. Alright, that's a good draw. Six Stasis. And now another one of these. We have thwart land. Yep, they can do that. Their hand is like islands, basically. Alright, I'm just gonna assume that's one of them. I don't. No, I'm gonna save the Duress. What's up, Inigo? How you doing? Man, I played so much Creator Control this past week. Well, since Sunday because we had a snowstorm here in Richmond, and I couldn't really do anything. Oh, I'm gonna sack this. So I played a Creator Control. An island, and I mean, I'm gonna get 2 forests. I guess I already have the 2 swamps. You can keep your devices. I know I'm gonna take 2 points of damage here, but I think it's completely okay. Also, I'm not playing for it, but the clock is a factor in this game. Oh no, they have islands. Why did I do this? So just something to keep in mind. I'm not gonna try to force my opponent to timeout, but they should be aware of that too. Yes, that is a drawback. It would have been much better for me to cast the Duress this turn. All right, let me just attack. I didn't counter. All right, so if anybody ever watched me play Magic for a while here on Magic Online, one thing you can do in this situation is not kill your opponent until it matters. And then if you force a game 3, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. That's terrible content too. Nobody wants to watch me not attack. But I don't need to do anything though. I think they're gonna gush. It is. I'm never attacking with the Treetop Village. Is there any good creature with vigilance in Premodern that's green? Actually, in general. Because white, what do we got? Like, is there an angel? Not even like Premodern playable, really. I'm trying to think of a creature that we used to play back in the day that was good. They have one more turn. Could have something like Chain of Vapors or whatever. Push. 10 cards in your hand. Literally don't need to do anything. Roma, that's true. What's a good one in green though? I'm trying to think. Because in Urza's block, there were a bunch of green creatures that were playable. Oh, Lightning Angel. That is true. Yeah, I forgot. So I didn't play during that time. So like some of those cards from that era of Magic kind of fly under my radar. Hmm. Can't have 6 here because Chain of Vapors, etc., etc. My plan here is to like wait for them to tap out, then I can blow up Deed. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna keep passing. I've got like need to draw 2 more cards to go above 4, and I'm at 14 life, so I've got. I mean, really, I'm at life on the Baloth. This type of gameplay, it is. I'm not blaming on stasis. It is very complicated and intricate, I think, for stasis, but it is not. Oh, that's a 2/2 first strike, right? That's a good point. That one is, I guess Miri, if you put like no like enchantments that pump it, probably a good card though. Put like Armadillo Cloak on it. Because we don't have Shroud. No, we don't have hexproof in Premodern, right? We have Shroud. Really? Okay. Yeah, because I can either do that or like run Korean Ranger, right? Korean Ranger is okay, but Korean Ranger, the problem with Korean Ranger in this deck that Korean Ranger really shines when you have like mana dorks, right? Just picking up a land and then tapping a random creature is not that good. Good. It's not that good. Um, but whenever you have oops, like a mana dork. No, I'm just playing around like no, my opponent like taking their time and anything. As you can see, I'm like 4 minutes ahead, so they can waste their clock if they want to. The other thing is if they tap out, then I can blow up the board. Like right now, I don't have to do anything. Oh, the turtle, yeah, that's a good one. No, I mean stifle is a possibility too. But like I don't have to do anything. Maybe they could have Chain of Vapors in hand. So if I want to do that, I should do this like right now. So after they pay for it, I guess I can do this now before they untap, right? Just blow up the board. I can do this now, right? Am I allowed to do? Now they have no clock and no stasis. Yep. Like I'm not doing anything, but they don't have a Black Vice neither, so it's like whatever. And Forsaken City is always card negative, right? I don't want to give them cards. Like they have to make a land drop. No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, Yes, maybe. Okay. Now they're dead. All right, we're gonna go to game 3. I could have probably waited another turn to do that, and would have been fine. Okay, yeah. So they that's what happened there. Yeah. Well, no, but like there was no reason for me to do anything. I'm not losing the game, so I don't have to do anything. So I'm not a very good control player, but I do subscribe to the idea that if you're not losing, that means you're winning this point. Because they are the ones that have to do something. Stasis operates in the fact that you can't untap your lands and cast your spells, right? So yeah, so I was winning basically at that point. So I don't have to do anything. Like I had like 10 lands in play, 2 answers to their cards in my hand, and 1 on the board. So I don't have to do anything. Like, and they weren't doing anything. They had no clock at that point. So exactly. Basically, that's kind of what I was trying to say. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't have a green source. Can't keep this one. Oh, this is terrible. All right, I'm gonna go to 5, I guess. All right, we're gonna keep this one. I guess. I guess I'll do like this. At least I have a Treetop Village. Oh, let me see. All right. I think I need my lands to come into play untapped. And I don't want to lose to a single wasteland. So turn 1 Mox Diamond can counter my shit. Premodern mana bases are interesting. I almost tempted to take the Mox Diamond, but I don't think Newton would play elves, I think. Yeah, that was back in the day. That's what it was. I remember City of Brass plus Reflecting Pool. At least in the small shop I used to play in Brazil, I was like, oh man, that's really good because you can make any color. Or like Reflecting Pool in Undiscovered Paradise, where I was like, oh, this is so awesome. And I remember when Thrawn's Query was released, and I was like, oh my gosh, another land that you can like make any color, because like every rainbow land was like amazing. Yeah. So I don't. So like looking at my hands, I guess I just take the Mox Diamond because also like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take Mox Diamond because the way they can't cast they don't have a red source right now. I don't know. I still need to hope to draw like a Cabal Therapy next turn. Oh, they drew another Mox Diamond. Okay. All right. I guess I'll just play up Forest and pass. When this guy dies, right, that you draw 2. It's the Thoughtseize bug, right? Well, I do have no, I don't have Naturalize, never mind. In the sideboard. I guess I'll play this guy. I wanna maybe they use a counter spell on this. They didn't. There you go. Now they did it. I don't think it was a very good play actually to do that, so I'm gonna port. Yeah, I kind of want to draw Cabal Therapy here. I think I'll be pretty happy with that. Yeah. That makes sense too. Well, Smother is not great. I don't even know they're playing. There were some blue-red control decks that people were trying to run when Tide was still legal. But could be, or maybe like grow a tog or something. Hmm. Well, I don't have 3. No, I need to double spell to be able to get through this stuff, right? So eek. Didn't know my hand. All right, my kingdom for Cabal Therapy. Actually, Recurrent Nightmare doesn't even do that much here. What I'm gonna do? Rebuy a Yavimaya Elder. How's the format doing post ban? I think it's really fun. I don't think Tide needed to be banned, but I think it was a good thing that they did. Alright, so I'm assuming they have a answer my Smother, right? No? It's really weird to just threw away a Smother like that. I mean, a creature. I mean, they're gonna name it's Meddling Mage that's coming down, but is this worth losing a Korean Ranger? Hmm. I mean, I have Pernicious Deed in my deck, right? So it's like, if I draw a Deed, I feel like the whole plan just crumbles. Hmm. I do have to watch out for Armageddon too, because they run Armageddon in their deck. The name Elder. Okay, that kind of surprised me. Not gonna lie. So do this. Hmm. For Nightmare in play. They do run sometimes like a number of disenchant effects, but what am I gonna do? Yeah, I agree. I mean, this smells like Curse of Plowshares. Alright, let me just pass, I guess. It's find it very odd that you have my Elder with Meddling Mage. I mean, Elder is a good card, but come on. Come on. I think if the name like Recurrent Nightmare would have been a little better. Because like if I cast any creatures now that they want to counter, then I can just bring them back. Alright, let's some counter spells out of their hand. They should. Okay. Now we're gonna. What do I even name here? Do I name counterspell? I think I'm gonna name counterspell. Counterspell to 2 eye. Alright, so I'm gonna put a counter on this thing. Pick this up. Graveyard. Card. Ah. This thing. Um, I think um we just attack for 3. Hmm. I mean, I could double block. No, I think it's gonna pass. Through the plains. Okay. Push. Hmm. I can put 2 more lands in my hand, or I'm gonna do that. And I draw a card too, so it's the same thing actually. Um, I don't. Well, I know they have Call of the Herd. Okay. They have a Mystic Enforcer. Can I beat this card? I'm from black. Awkward now because now I can't. Hold on a second. Maybe that was a bad play. This guy's gonna be a 6/6. Can't beat that card. Games. All right. What I can do now is just attack with Treetop Village. And if I draw a discard spell, then I can take the counter spell from their hand. If they tap out to follow the herd. I'm assuming they're not playing Armageddon then, because they are not a single bit interested in holding lands in hand. Double my clock. Alright, so next turn they would play the Call of the Herd, right? Well, if they have a land. They do. Alright. I need help from my deck here. I need to draw something good. They're gonna play the. Thing I can do. All right, counter spell. And pass. One token. I just take it. One. Pernicious Deed off the top. Ah. You shall receive. Any chance that they have counter magic in hand? How's yeah. All right. So it's grow a tog, whatever. I think against them, I do want Inner's Edict. Mr. I mean, not Mr. M Basket. I like all the removal. Recurring Nightmare seems alright too. Oh, Kavna, agora que eu vi. Boa noite. Boa noite não. Bom dia. Or boa tarde. What do I want to do here? The Bottle Gnomes doesn't block anything and doesn't attack very well. Tormod's Crypt. Get rid of some elephants and maybe Enforcer who shrink, but I think it's a terrible top deck, so I don't think I want that card. Genesis is interesting because there then it doesn't. I didn't see Source of no. I did see Source of Plosh. Did I? Was it a different game? But they do play enough counter magic that maybe Genesis is not terrible. I think I'm just gonna shave one Deranged Hermit and I don't know what else I want to shave here. Definitely want Pernicious Deed. Duress seems very good with the Cabal Therapies against them. Maybe Genesis is too much. I can shave a Recurring Nightmare. Also, like, maybe Deranged Hermit's not good at all here. Just like makes 4 blockers and I have to pick. Yeah, maybe I should just go down to 1 Deranged Hermit. This hand is not keepable. This one seems a lot better. Alright, so what do I want to keep here? I don't think I want to see the Brass. The Baloth. This costs 4 mana. Yeah, maybe. Can I undo this? No. No, I like the wall. Walls are really good in this deck. Like the Cabal Therapy with them, they're very good. Madly Mage. Oh no, Dame Mulligan. Smother. That's a good one. Like one of those they zig when you zag or something. But like wall in general, I like it, especially against their deck, right? Because it brick walls the elephants, brick walls the Madly Mage. It's not a bad card in this sense. Not very good against this thing, but yeah. All right, let's do this now. Well, Madly Mage. Alright, so their hand is Metal Mage, City of Brass. Alright. No Surveil lands in this format, so. City of Brass, Mage something. The name. I really like those lands from this set too. Is that Onslaught? I didn't play during that time, so. But they look really pretty. Pernicious Deed. That's definitely a very good card to name there. I don't have it right now, but I'm just gonna play the big dude here. Oh crap. Alright. Yeah, it made sense there too. Just jump Baloth. Like bigger than their creature and like just wins any race here. If I draw another land, I think I just cast the Yavimaya Elder though. Oh, not this land. Right, let's play this thing first. Alright, Chainer's Edict. I guess we just... I mean, it's an edict, right? So I have to cast when they have only one creature. Alright, no, Yavimaya Elder is going to be a aggro creature. And again, I'm still not sure if they are running Armageddon, so I'm gonna play extra lands if I don't have to. I think it's 7 to flashback. 5. If I need to flashback, I'll sack this guy. I think so too. I'm so tempted to just cast Recurrent Nightmare, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna gush. Every time I see somebody like tap into islands in this format, and then yeah, it's always a gush. Orton. No, because then it gets Baloth. Yeah, but I didn't want to do this into counter magic. That's the only reason. Because they had 4 mana open and they didn't cast anything for 2 turns. So my read is that they had some kind of interaction. I just didn't want to run my Recurrent Nightmare into possible counter magic. It is not Armageddon, right? Because they just... I don't think they play Armageddon because they keep playing lands into the board when it doesn't really matter. No, not really. Yeah, they're at 9 life. I don't think I'm going to do anything besides just attack. Mox Diamonds are really good when you have Armageddon in your deck. That's the deal. Alright, so now in this case I am going to... Oh no, do I know what's in their hand? I don't think I do, right? Oh. Alright, I'm gonna get the Baloth and I'll... Like the list that I used to see in the past was they were basically green white splashing. I'm sorry, it was like band colors. It was like green, white, blue, and then they'll splash red for fire and ice. And then the play pattern was always like you cast Korean, what's the one that, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the card. The one that gets counters on it. Ah, crap. I forgot what it's called. Oh, Korean Dryad. So the play pattern was like, no, cast this guy, Gush, play Mox Diamond, Armageddon, and then you have a Korean Dryad as like a, I don't know, like a 4/4, like a cantrip, and you have counter spell to like protect it and something. And if that all these plans went sideways, you had a Psychotog that could just, close out the game. So Doomsday by Lucas Fasoli. I could swear that he did well, like in one of the Magic Online leagues, but maybe not. What is this one here? The same one. So one Abeyance, Cabal. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I know this deck. You need to have Future Sight in play, and I think he had this plan to cast this with Concord Crossroads in play, so you could like make a bunch of beasts and then attack. The Concord foil is $100 card now in Magic on paper. Oh, foils. Yeah, I think all those. I mean, but even the regular one at $8 seems kind of pricey. All right, let's play the last round. Against Ireland King. I believe they usually play Elf. All right, I'm gonna keep this one. I think every time I played against them, they're on elves. Here. Probably not. Like I love Doomsday in Legacy, but in Premodern, I don't think it's very good though. I mean, I might play just for fun, but I don't think people even want to watch me play that. It's not gonna be a very good experience for anybody. I think I'm gonna name Moltoni's Acolyte. Yeah, the rest was definitely the right play there. They probably just gonna run Priest of Titania. Moltoni's Acolyte is this format. Elvish Visionary. A little better though, because it swings for 2. I think that's swing for 1. I think the whole plan here is to make them overextend, I guess. Alright, it would be really nice if I drew a land. Alright. Do I just take Massacre from them? I don't know if it's necessary. Duress them. Maybe they drew Survival. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take Massacre from them. Alright. So their hand is, I think it was just cards. I think something like this. Yeah, it did have to be for the turn that like they overextend, and the thing with elves in Premodern is that if they draw Survive of the Fittest, well, I think that their hand only has lands, but something like that. Usually it's a little late for me to say good luck, have fun and stuff. That they drew another Massacre, son of a gun. All right. Oh, that can be a problem. All right, because I'm at 15 life, so it's not nothing. And I don't have any like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have any edict effects in the main deck, so I think they play the second 4. I'm gonna go to 9. This Massacre might just solo me actually. Guess I just have to pass and feed the board, I guess. Because they're only gonna have 2 mana after that, right? Okay. Wait for them to attack. I do have enough creatures to put in front of Massacre for a couple of turns. Well, I'll go to 4 with this too. Maybe I should have done it before the combat. Oh no. Maybe I didn't have to do it like this. So that gets regenerated. Mana. Alright. No, I should have. Yeah, I should have. I was trying not to let them. No, but if I do during attack, is that quite? I mean, they're still free to attack, right? This forces them to ping me if you want to. But if they do, they might. Alright, so if I draw a Pernicious Deed here, no, it doesn't do anything. Alright, makes a few blockers. Well, it taps the creatures, right? So they're gonna pay for it. I don't think I have a way to do it Massacre. That's the problem. The only thing I can do is keep blocking and... Not gonna pay for it. I basically need to draw Pernicious Deed here. Yeah, Recurrent Nightmare would be another one too. But I can ping for 2. This Deed for... So it's 3, then another thing I can do for... enough. I mean, Baloth, it's not terrible. I think I'm gonna play the Elder. No, Baloth actually doesn't do enough here. I can cast Baloth next turn. Now they can only ping 1 thing a turn, right? Ramp. It's like they're never gonna have an extra cards in hand, right? They can ping 2 things. If they ping 2 things, then they run into the issue of what if I Pernicious Deed, right? I think it only gets bad if they draw a Wirewood Symbiote, then they can get ahead. Unless it's a Wirewood Symbiote, I don't think they cast anything. Pernicious Deed. Uh, He's gonna cast a Baloth. There is an argument for me to. Yeah, you can ping one creature. Like I said, there's an argument for me to cast Pernicious Deed and then a second Pernicious Deed. I think so. I think that's the plan. Let's see. They can pay to ping this thing. I'll block. Yeah, they can't really. They're gonna do it? Okay. Alright. Yeah, for sure. Now we did the board. One. What? Okay. 2, 3, 4. City of Brass on Magic Online. I swear to God, it's a. No. I wanted them to tap their man. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. Well. Indeed. Alright. Priest of Titania. I can make this into a creature. Actually, I can do everything, can I? I can do those two like this. Yeah. So I think I get Deranged Hermit. I'm just gonna save this Smother. Smother anything right now? Survival. Yeah, that's this case. I'm gonna Smother them. Yeah, because if they draw any creature, then I have to watch out because I'm at 1 life. I'm gonna let this die. Okay. Play this. I think I'm gonna get Elder. No, I already have a land in here. I'm gonna get. No, Baloth doesn't do anything. I can do Baloth. You know what? Hold on a sec. I have a plan. I have a better. I'm gonna do Baloth post combat. For I think that's much better. Ravenous Baloth. There you go. I think this is the ideal. Because now when I get Hermit next turn, they swing for lethal. That was a... Alright, well, we're gonna bring this Engineer Plagues here real quick. I don't think I like Duress as much. Genesis is not great neither. I usually like Tormod script against elves because... Well, hang on a second. Because the way they get ahead is by Squee continue to churn things. That's true. At the same time, I can't bring everything up. Like Smother is alright. I'm trying to talk myself out of like not having Smother in the deck, but I have to have removal. Removal that points any good. Maybe it's not. I start playing 96. And Bloom is not. It's a meme. It's not very good. No, I definitely need to bring this enchant effects, but so Tranquil Domain is a little awkward because it kills Engineer Plague too and Deed. So I think it's just this one. I really don't want to keep the Smother because if I cut the Smothers, then I have enough room for this and the 3. You know what? I'm gonna try that. Well, hold on a second. There is a plus side, right? Smother does kill Firewood Symbiote. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna I don't like to take my whole turn just to cast a Smother. That's the thing. I think these are much better because they're if they don't get to keep turning the cards in their graveyard into creatures. Let's see. My logic could be very flawed here. I'm not gonna lie, but could be one of these cards here that could have been a cut because Yavimaya Elder is like usually for like a longer match. Yeah, you know what? I think I should have thought about that a little longer. Like if Yavimaya Elder was Smother here, I think it would have been much better. No, it's Tormod script is very good against elves. I played a ton of elves too, and it's definitely a card that you wanna have in your deck against elves. They possibly have. I almost feel like I just want to name Naturalize. Nope. All right. Yeah, maybe I should have kept the Smother and cut some of the... No, Baloth is alright too, I think. Wall of Blossoms sometimes make sense because they usually try to have the... Sometimes they side into the like elephant thing. I really think that Yavimaya Elder is the one that's like not great because 3 mana for a 2/1 that just like blocks them, like it doesn't seem great to me. I mean, maybe it'll be good now. Well, hold on, I can even cast a card. Wow. All right. I'd just be dying here unless I draw name that card. Engineer Plague. It's also possible I should have just mulliganed better too, because Nightmare. Alright, I'm gonna expose my thing here. I don't expose my Pernicious Deed. Yeah. Okay, maybe I should have considered sideboarding better and mulliganing. Literally just gonna draw an extra like Nightmare. Nightmare doesn't do anything. Alright, I don't fucked up. Okay, let's just see what they got in their deck and move on. Yeah, the 3 symbiotes are pretty good for them. We're like kind of like in garbage time here. We're just gonna wait to lose and then adjust for game 3. Thinking now. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh show. Alright, let's do this right now. Also, the fact that I didn't draw a second green mana is like bad vibes too. Alright, I think the only way I win is if I top deck a Engineer Plague after this. Surprisingly, I'm not out of the games. Plague. Alright, I need to draw. No, they couldn't because they didn't have a second elf. Because return elf to your hand, then you untap. So they saved the Priest of Titania. I think that's why they're deciding because they cast something with Priest of Titania. They took a little pause, and I think they realized that. So they're probably debating should I play into Engineer Plague or not. So it made sense. I'm not saying my opponent was like doing anything wrong there. Deranged Hermit. Yeah, that's pretty bad if I don't find a thing. And untap. Just lucky that they haven't cast a survival yet. Mass score. Okay. Have to draw. I'm gonna block. I need Engineer Plague or G. I can find an Engineer Plague. Maybe. Please. Pretty please. Not dead yet. They don't. Well, I guess Priest of Titania can. Let's see what they do. I think if they draw a Cradle, maybe I'm just dead, right? Because then I can ping my entire board. And by my entire board, I mean the 2 creatures I have in play. They just same thing. Oh, that makes it easier for opponent. It'd be nice if they discard something else, then I would know about their card. But so this can deal 4 damage. They can untap a Queen Ranger. This is 12 damage. I'm at 12. I can go up to 14. They don't have that many elves. So maybe Pernicious Deed. I'm not Pernicious Deed. Near Plague's not even that. damage. I have to sack. Magical Mind asks if you want to sack to itself. Yes. An attack. Yeah, I definitely want to deed off the top. Since this is gonna die anyway, or need to life total 8, 9, 10, 11. Fine opponent do that. Yeah, I think. Alright, let's not be scrubs. This Smother's bad. Okay, so maybe Recurrent Nightmare, not great. We can just shave one of each. Bottle Gnomes. No, that's real life doesn't. Oh, yeah, maybe I should have done. Alright, so I'm gonna keep. Should definitely have therapy then. Thanks, Lawrence. I should have. Good symbiote. I don't want to just. No, I'm just gonna do like this. The next turn I can. Yeah, it all makes sense. Do I just name insect? No. Am I a Granger? I need to find another play engineer, I guess. Oh, I think that's gonna. Alright, can I just draw a deed? Can up and bounce. It's possible too that you know what? Hold on a second. I think I fucked this up. Usually, like when I play Engineer Plague, I use as a Wrath effect instead of just like play on an empty board. So maybe there was a mistake there. They haven't really overextended either. So yeah, that is true. Demonic Tutor. Oh, thank you for the raid. So we're just gonna trade here, and they're gonna pick up the other one. Okay. All right. Another Treetop Village. They have 5 cards in hand, and they haven't really done anything. Piece of titanium. Masticore. I have to try to kill Masticore now. Do this now then. That it's probably true. Oh, they have 4 cards in hand. I feel like that game too. Like I just sideboarded atrociously, and that's gonna come to bite me in the butt here. Oh, they have survival too now. All right, that was just that now. Only if I draw Pernicious Deed, but I think it might just be that this turn actually. I just thought that like no, turn 1. If I take off a whole turn just to, excuse me, to cast Smother didn't seem like very good. Like usually removal spells for 2 mana that point at things at elves is not where you want to be. No, therapy seems alright. Having a turn 1 play is not terrible. Like the problem is Duress, for instance, only hits survival, and sometimes they might have Naturalize, but alright, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I can block one. Block one of the dudes. Alright, that give me a Pernicious Deeds. That's what the Rock is famous for, right? Oh, that's not a deed. All right, let's. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, I could draw a. I don't even know what I need to draw here. Not a Wall of Blossoms. All right, this might be the end of my my run. Oh, did they pick up something that I knew about? I don't remember. Was it a Molten Acolyte? No. I don't remember if I had anything. Okay, I think I'm just dead, right? Because they can pick up this guy and... No, but like, it wouldn't matter. I don't think so. Well, the therapy, like, no, you just... I think you're just supposed to name whatever you don't like to see. Okay, that's just a Cradle Hoof at home, right? So I think just... yeah. They get trampled too, right? Yep, so I can even... That can block. Or block and sack. I'm gonna make the lands into creatures too. I always wonder if I could build a deck with Cabal and then play Sharpshooter so I can kill my opponent's lands. I think that's enough to kill me. All right, cool. So that was a 4-1 with this deck. Don't remember last time I did well with the Rock. No, I do think that maybe I cast the whatchamacall Engineer Plague maybe a little too early. But they never overextended, so I don't think it was gonna matter. Also not drawing any deeds in game 3 probably hurt me a little bit. The Yavimaya Elder felt okay in the league in general. I think all the walls felt like really good. Smother was alright. I did miss not having any disenchant effects in the main deck, I think. I didn't get paired against any Dreadnought decks. What? I don't know. I kind of looked. I grabbed this list from someone else. The City Breast was not. I mean, I guess it came up like when I was playing against Stasis, but other than that, I don't think it mattered. Let me. I'm gonna have probably to edit this video later because I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. I saw another rock list. The thing is that they're running white cards. So I don't know if I can really call the rock. Might have to take a little break though. This was kind of a long league.